Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Diego with another fantastic video for you out there in K1 Visa Green Card land. This is the place to be to get free information on how to qualify for a green card, a K1 visa, and how to succeed in this endeavor. It's expensive, it takes a long time, it's stressful, and I'm here to try to make it less stressful and less intrusive and, an easy way to do it. The immigration websites can be confusing sometimes, and immigration attorneys take advantage of that, and they know it's difficult to figure out, so that's where they make their money. But you don't need an immigration attorney to do this. Filing a K1 visa is easy. Filing for a 2-year or a 10-year green card or U.S. citizenship or a spousal visa, it's easy. So if you hang out with Diego and my beautiful wife Karina from Venezuela, we will pull you over the finish line and get you through this process with as minimal cost as possible and with minimal stress. But remember, you got to be patient during this entire process. You have to be patient. The Trump administration is slowing everything down deliberately, and some folks are just throwing in the towel and giving up and saying forget it. Don't do that. You love somebody, you want to be with them, you want to be with them forever in eternity in this great country. Do not give up and do not throw in the towel. Okay, this video is what are the things that you should do when you get to the United States. You got your K1 visa, you just arrived in America. Now what are you going to do? What's the process? Come on along, I'll give you a rundown. Well, besides taking a long rest because you're tired from all that jet lag, the first thing that you guys are going to have to do is go to the Border Patrol website and download about 5 copies of USCIS Form I-94. That is your status, your time frame, how much time you have to get married, etc. Very important, and it must be included in your 2-year green card application. USCIS Form I-94 must be included in your 2-year green card application. And you go to the U.S. Border Patrol, Customs and Border Patrol website. You're going to need your wife or husband's passport and or children's passport. Look for their information and print about 5 copies. Okay, great. Now what are you going to do? Well, you should have already had some wedding plans in place. You should already know where you're going to get married, right? So while you're getting those wedding plans finalized, what you need to do is take your passport with the K1 visa in it and take your I-94 with your American citizen sponsor and go to the Social Security office in your town where you live and apply for your Social Security card. Okay? Great. How long does that take? Well, it's going to take about 10 days to get it. It's going to be mailed to you from Maryland. Well, what's going to happen is that you're going to apply under your maiden name if you are female, and you're going to get your first Social Security card will say your maiden name on it, not your married name, and it's going to say you cannot work without permission from Homeland Security, or words to that effect. Don't panic. All you care about right now is getting the Social Security card because you want that Social Security number. Okay? You got it? All right. So after about 10 days, you get your Social Security card in the mail from Baltimore, Maryland. You're still finishing up your wedding plans. You're finalizing your wedding plans. You've got 90 days to get married as per the 90-day time frame on your I-94. Okay? So now what are you going to do? Well, your American citizen sponsor better be scheduling you for a repeat medical exam and a recertification of your vaccinations. You got to repeat the medical exam with a civil surgeon authorized by the U.S. State Department. So what did I do with my beautiful wife, Karina, after she got to the United States? Well, we applied for her Social Security card, and I scheduled for her medical exam in Pensacola, Florida, with the doctor over there. Very easy. Cost me about, $400, I think it was. And we repeated the medical exam. He signed the 693 and then recertified her vaccinations. You don't have to get vaccinations over again. You just got to recertify them. And the doctor will do that. He'll put the medical exam in a sealed white envelope addressed to USCIS, eyes only, and then you take that home with you, and then you start collecting the evidence for your 2-year green card. Well, you've got your Social Security card now. go and open up a joint bank account with your American citizen sponsor, now soon to be husband and wife. Open up a joint bank account. You're going to have to start showing proof of commingling of funds. Very important. You've only got about 58, 60 days to do this before you file for your 2-year green card. So get to work, get busy, and get on top of it. Okay, so what's going on now? You have your Social Security card. You have repeated the medical exam and got a recertification of your vaccinations. You've opened up a joint bank account. And now the next thing you want to do is get your name, both names, on the electric bill, the water bill, the trash bill. Very important, you get both names on the deed to the house or the lease agreement to the apartment or townhouse or wherever it is you live. You have to show that you are both living there. Now, if you are renting an apartment and the property manager won't permit you to put your name on there, Miss Beneficiary, onto the lease agreement, have the property manager write a letter to USCIS and say that you both live together and at the current moment in time your name has not been authorized to be put on the lease. But make sure you get a statement from the property manager saying that you both are living together under the same roof. Now, if you own a house or if you have a mortgage on a house, get your names, both of them, on the deed to the house. If you own a car, obviously you do, right? Get both names on the title to the car or the title to the motorcycle or the RV. Both names need to be on the title to that kind of property. These are things that you're doing in the next 60 days while you're preparing the evidence for your 2-year green card application with Form I-485, Form 864, Form 693, the I-94, a copy of the K-1 visa, etc., etc. You got it? You paid attention, class. So now it's the big day. You've been in the United States, I don't know, 2 weeks, something like that, and you get married. You could get married in a courthouse. You can get married in a church. You can get married in a synagogue, in a mosque, on the beach. You can get married wherever you want, but it has to be documented by the local government of where you live. Okay, so Karina and I, we got married on the beach here in beautiful Florida, and our wedding officiant was authorized by the state of Florida to be our wedding officiant. He signed the wedding license, the paperwork and everything, and then he actually was the person that turned it in to the government, and then we went and got 5 certified copies of our marriage certificate by the government. You cannot make a copy on your copy machine or at the library or at Office Depot of your wedding certificate. You're showing that you got married. It has to be an official government certified document signed by the clerk of the court, either with a seal or without a seal, with a stamp, but it has to be an official wedding certificate. Okay? This will be included, very important, with your 2-year green card application, along with the I-94, the repeat medical exam, blown up color copies of the biographic pages of everybody's passport. The biographic page, not the entire passport. Don't make a copy of your entire passport, just the biographic page, which shows the expiration date, the photo, and the signature, etc. You got it? Very easy, right? So you've got married, you've collected the evidence, you've been in the United States for about 2 to 3 months, you've got some bank statements collected, you've got service bills, electric bill, water bill, trash bill. Both names are on those bills, and you got about 1 or 2 of those. Now, immigration understands that you haven't been able to establish a lot of evidence in the first 3 months in the United States, in the first 90 days, but you must include photos of your wedding, your honeymoon, pictures with friends and family. You want to overwhelm immigration with as much information as you can. Make sure you fill out your paperwork correctly. The 864, the affidavit of support, has to be 100% correct. The family size is where most people make the mistakes on. The 485 has to be completed properly. Dot the I's and cross the T's. You got to make 0 errors in your application, and you must also include Form 693, the medical exam, the the vaccination recertification, the I-94. You must include Form I-94 in your 2-year green card application. And just don't make any mistakes on the paperwork. And also include a color copy of the K-1 visa and or K-2 visa if you brought any children over to the United States. If you brought any children to the United States on a K-2 visa, you must file 2 separate green card applications, one for your husband or wife and one for your child or children. So if you brought 2 children to America, you're going to fill out 2 green card applications, which is 864s, 485s. Repeat the medical exams for everybody in your family, other than the sponsor, obviously. You only have to repeat this medical exam one more time for the 2-year green card. You don't have to repeat the medical exam for when you go to lift the conditions for the 10-year green card. Don't forget to include, like I said, the I-94. Very important that you include that. So you've been in the United States for about 3 months. You're getting used to the area. You've learned where everything is. You've learned where you want to practice driving. If you know, what I recommend you do is learn how to drive in church parking lots. You know, if you're a member of a church, go give a donation to the church and ask them if you can use their parking lot when there's nobody there at the church to practice your driving.
My name is Mike. I'm going to be your driving instructor. Welcome to our country, okay?
Okay, unless you already know how to drive, then don't have to do that. But it's important that you get a driver's license. Obviously, you won't be able to get it in some states until you have your green card, but at least get underway learning how to drive on private property. A church is private property, so the police aren't going to bother you.
Now, you do know how to drive a little bit?
Yes?
Yes. Put it in D.
Okay. You want to learn the area where you live. Learn where the bank is, the Walmart, the Publix, the Piggly Wiggly, the Winn-Dixie, wherever, the TJ Maxx. You want to learn where the place that you live. You need to make sure you include health insurance coverage in your 2-year green card application. 100% coverage. You must show proof of health insurance for your beneficiary, Mr. American Citizen Sponsor, and the children that you brought to the United States.
Open wide. Say
No.
Now, how long have you had these pains, Mr. Barber?
No, that's Babar.
They must have health insurance, and you must include this in the 2-year green card application. So you've been in America now for 90 days or so, 60 days. You've collected some bank statements, some bills, proof of, commingling of funds. Both names are on the title to the car, the deed to the house, or to the apartment complex, the lease agreement. You have a very limited amount of time in which to get this evidence together, and go on dinner dates together. Go eat at your favorite restaurant in town where you live, and keep the receipts. You're going to have to keep on collecting evidence for the next 2 years for your 10-year green card application. Don't just focus on the 2-year green card application. So you've been in America for 3 months. You're getting ready to mail off your green card application. Use UPS, FedEx, or DHL. Do not use the U.S. Postal Service. You want to be able to have 100% tracking on this. The Postal Service has sometimes in the past lost stuff. And they're a federal entity, so do they care? I don't know. Maybe not, maybe they do. Make sure you fill out the G1650 and the form G1145. The G1650 is the form you're going to use to pay for this benefit. Have immigration take the money out of your checking account or savings account. Do not use your credit card. Lots of times people use their credit card to pay for this benefit, and the bank will not recognize the charge and they will block the transaction. Just use form G1650 and have the money taken directly out of your checking account or savings account. Include form G1145 so you will get a text message from immigration saying they received your paperwork with a receipt number. They'll email you and text you. to your cell phone. And also make sure that you don't make any mistakes before you send it out. Use FedEx, DHL, or UPS. Do not use the U.S. Postal Service. Make sure you send it to the right address. There is an address that is listed for the Postal Service, and there is an address listed for courier services like FedEx. Make sure you send it to the courier service address, not to the U.S. Postal Service address. You can get that information on the USCIS website, or you can ask me and I will send you the address. I will text you the address to your cell phone. But in order to get my cell phone number, I need for you to join as a member. You don't have to join as a member, but if you do, you get my cell number and my email address. Now you want to try to mail off your 2-year green card application within 90 days as within the time frame on your I-94 if you can. If you cannot, for circumstances beyond your control, don't worry, you're still in status as long as you got married within 90 days. You're still in status. But you do not want to go past 6 months. If you go past 6 months, you're going to get problems with immigration. Try to get everything sent out within the 90 days when you first arrive, within the time frame on the I-94. But if you cannot, don't panic, but you don't want to go past 90 days. Thanks for watching the video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This was a video basically on what to do when you first arrive in America, and learn how to drive a car if you can. Use a church parking lot if you must, because that's private property. You can use private property to drive a vehicle on without getting problems with the local sheriff. I taught Karina how to drive in church parking lots for the first 3 months that she was in the United States. Show her around the neighborhood, show him around the neighborhood, show him where the doctor's offices are at, the Walmart, the Publix, all that jazz. Explore the neighborhood. Don't forget, I do a live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Sometimes I'll take a night off, and if you want to join as a member down here somewhere, you can join as a member, and you'll get my phone number and email address, and then you can call me or text me anytime you want, and I will help you. I've been doing this for 13 years, processing green cards for 13 years, but it's not legal advice. I'm not an immigration attorney, and I don't work for USCIS. And thanks for watching. See you and also don't forget to still go on dinner dates with your new bride, and keep the receipts and keep pictures. Make sure you go on dinner dates. See you at the next live stream.
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.